Hi, my name is Bibek Adhikari. I am your English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the grammar portion of Unit 1, that is articles. So let's begin. Alright, we are now going to study about the grammar topic called articles. Before doing that, let's study a couple of paragraphs. Here's a paragraph about a man called Gregory Dunham. Gregory Dunham is an intelligent engineer and he's from California. So let's study this paragraph and underline the articles. So let's start. Gregory Dunham is from California, a US state on the Pacific Ocean. California has the largest population of all the states. Its largest city is Los Angeles, and the capital is Sacramento. Dunham is an intelligent engineer. He is a motorcycle enthusiast. He built a huge bike. Now the question could be, what are articles? Now articles are the words like a and the, right? So these little things are called articles. So words like a, an, and the are called articles, right? Now let's study about articles in detail. There are two kinds of articles and they can be divided like this. The first one is called definite article and the second one is called indefinite article. Indefinite article. So the first one is definite articles and the second one is indefinite articles. So what are definite articles? Simply the definite article. So there's only one definite article, so I'm going to write article, not articles. So we have two indefinite articles, so we use the plural form. So what the definite article is the, or sometimes called the, and the indefinite article is or a and an, right? So these are the indefinite articles while the is the definite article. So the words a, an, and the are called articles. A and an are called indefinite articles and the is called the definite articles. They are always followed by a noun phrase. So what's the idea? The idea is these little words are always followed by a noun phrase. So the a/n is always followed by a noun or sometimes, or most of the times, a noun phrase. So articles are followed by a noun or a noun phrase. Let us look at some more examples. We studied about it in the paragraph form, but now let's study simply by writing some of the simple sentences. He built a huge motorbike. He is an intelligent engineer. He built the monster motorbike. Monster motorbike means big, big motorcycle, something like that, like a monster. His motorcycle is the biggest one in the world. So we have four different examples. The first two shows the use of indefinite articles, while the second and the last two, they show the use of the definite article. So we have an article and it is followed by a noun phrase. We have the article and it is followed by again the noun phrase, right? The biggest one in the world. So that is the whole idea. Another idea could be why, a and an are used in the first two examples and why the word the is used in the second example. So this could be another idea, another interesting idea. It is because when we talk about a huge motorbike, using the word a huge motorbike, we are generally referring to any kind of motorbike. It does not mean a particular motorbike. He built a huge motorbike, any kind of motorbike. So out of any motorbike, it could be one. So when we say a sentence like, he's an intelligent engineer, what that means is out of many intelligent engineers, he's one. So he's not that special in a grammatical sense. He could be special in real life, but in a grammatical sense, we are talking about, a single person out of many, right? So he's an intelligent engineer. What that means is out of many engineers, he is one or any ordinary intelligent engineer. We are talking grammatically, of course. In the second part of the example, we are being specific. When we talk about He built the monster motorbike. Now, monster motorbike is really special. No one in the world has created a motorbike as big as Dunham has created, because it's really huge. It's 6.2 meters in length. It weighs around 2,948 kilograms, and it stands 3.4 meter tall, and it speeds up to 104 kilometers an hour. So it's really a monster motorbike because it looks like a monster. Literally, we are talking metaphorically, of course, but it looks like a monster. That's why we use the noun phrase, monster motorbike. And if you look at the second example, you will see we use the because we are, it is followed by a superlative adjective. So we are talking about the three different forms of adjectives. They are normal, comparative, and superlative. Since we have a superlative adjective in the noun phrase, we use the article the. So his motorcycle is the biggest one in the world. So the world again, because there is only one world, and that is the planet Earth. So this motorbike is the biggest one. No one has ever created another kind of motorbike which is as big as Dunham's, right? And the world, there's only one world. Right. Now the grammar idea is the articles are followed by noun phrase. So Hugh's motorbike is a noun phrase. I'm writing NP for that. Intelligent engineer is a noun phrase. I'm writing NP for that. So monster motorbike is also a noun phrase, while the biggest one in the world is longer, but it is also a noun phrase. What's a noun phrase? Noun phrase is a combination of words, a group of words that act like a noun. What does that mean? So Hugh's motorbike, we have an adjective, we have a noun. So these two words are called noun phrase because Hugh's motorbike altogether is acting as a noun. The simplest form of grammar rule that decides the use of articles is the sound. Now we are talking about the sound. How many kinds of sounds are there? There are in fact two kinds of sounds. The first one is called vowel sounds, and the second one is called consonant sounds. So we have two different sounds. The first one is vowel sounds, and the second one is called consonant sounds. So if you took a word like apple, we have a kind of a sound, right? So it has an a sound, apple. So it's a vowel sound because it has this diphthong, a diphthong, correct? But if you look at another word, book. Now it has this ba sound, book. If you write the phonetic transcription, it would be book, or this can be written as o, right? Book. You can write it like this also, book. So the second one is American. This one is American system. This is the British system. So there are two systems of phonetic transcription. We don't need to go study about this in detail, but we'll study about this later on. So the standard American system and the standard British system, right? This British received pronunciation. So there are two different kind of phonetic transcriptions. So my point is the word book has a ba sound, while the word apple has an a sound. Let us look at more examples. The word ox has a sound, right? A sound. While the word hat has a h sound. That is why we prefer using an apple, an ox, while we use a book or hat. If we are talking about specific apple, we may say the apple sometimes. The apple is rotten, or we can say the ox has lost his mind. No, the ox is plowing the field. Or we can say the book that I like the most is Harry Potter. Or the hat which I brought from Canada is really cool. Now, the can be the and the. It can either be the or the. So if it's followed by a consonant sound, it would be the. Like the pot, the mat, the ticket. And if it's followed by a vowel sound, it would be the. It will be the, like the axe, the ox, the umbrella, right? An or and an. A is followed by a consonant sounding word, while N is followed by a vowel sounding word. So this is the basic grammar rule. Now let us study some more examples, and it's very simple, by the way. Let's do a quick review. We studied about a paragraph and found out the articles, and after that words we learned that there are two kinds of articles, indefinite articles and the definite article, and afterwards we talked something about the sound, the vowel sounds and the consonant sound. We didn't go into detail. We didn't talk about long and short vowel, the diphthong and triphthongs and all that. We didn't even talk about the types of consonant sounds because that's not the motive here. Now we are going to study some examples, and we will use, I'm sure you will know how to use articles in proper places. There are so many rules. I'm not going to write all the rules. I'm just going to give you some examples. Alright, here are 4 examples. Let's go one by one. Robin has a cat and a dog. So any cat and any dog, not particular dog. We are not talking about a fixed Labrador or a Japanese Spitz. We are not even talking about the types of cats. So any kind of cat and a dog. So Robin has a cat and a dog, right? One cat and one dog. The dog that is sleeping outside is mine, right? So we are referring to a particular kind of dog. So we use the dog that is sleeping outside. We have another clause, that clause, right? So this, in the second example, the dog is not any kind of dog, but this is a particular dog. Water is good for health. We do not use the definite article here. We don't say the water is good for health because you cannot count the water. These articles are always used before countable nouns. So there has to be a countable noun. So what's a countable noun? Any kind of noun that can be counted, in fingers, like stars. You can count stars, actually. So it could be books, it could be hats or cats. It cannot be water, mineral, love, hatred. You cannot count hatred. You don't say a kilo of hatred or something like that. It's an abstract noun, by the way. So water is good for health. Since we cannot count water, we are removing the article, and it is called the omission. The omission of articles, or sometimes it is called gero articles. Right? It is also called gero articles. We are not using an article, so we call it simply a gero article. The water in the bottle is dirty. Now we are referring to a particular kind of water. The water, which water? The water that is in the bottle is dirty. Now, since the water is being specific in this case, we use the definite article, the. Right? Simple as that. Let's look at another example. A lady came with a cat in the park. A dog chased the cat, and the lady chased the dog away. Let's study this example. A lady. It could be any lady, not a fixed lady. Any lady. We are referring to any kind of general. This is generalization. So we are talking about any kind of lady. A lady came with a cat. So any kind of cat, does not matter what cat, right? In the park. Now the park this is specific park. It could be UN Park. It could be the Garden of Dreams. It could be anywhere. Nice place where you can sit with a cat. So the park, we are talking about a specific park. A dog chased the cat. Now look how a cat became the cat. And the lady, now a lady became the lady, chased the dog away. Now a dog became the dog, right? So the whole point is, this is first mention. This is also first mention. I'm simply writing FM. It is not frequency modulation or something like that, right? First mention. For second mention, I'm writing second mention. Second mention, I'm writing SM. Second mention. Now the point is, the whole idea of this is, in first mention we use indefinite articles, while in the second mention we use definite articles. So this is another trick for learning the knack of using articles. If you want to have a knack for using articles, many people do not know the uses of articles. They just memorize the rules. They go on memorizing like 40, 50, 60 rules, and in the end they all blow the rules away. The point is, if you want to be fluent with using articles, you have to practice, you have to learn, you have to be specific, you have to be careful where to use articles and where to leave the articles. Now let's say you're talking about a lady and you're talking about a cat for the first time, and you will certainly use the indefinite articles. But if you go on repeating, if you go on talking about the same lady and the same dog and the same cat, so in the second mention you're going to use definite articles, because the indefinite things are now turned into definite things. This is what we call the shift in articles. Shift in articles, or oftentimes it is also called measuring definitiveness. Measuring definiteness. So how definite a thing is, that is the question. So we are measuring the definiteness, right? So if I say something like the tallest girl in the class is 6 feet tall, so we are referring to a particular kind of girl, right? So if I say something like, please read the second chapter in this book, so there can be only one second chapter, there cannot be 2 second chapters. Alright? If you ask a question like, can I use the camera? Now, there is a certain sense of definitiveness between the speaker and the listener, and they know which camera the speaker is talking about. The listener knows which camera the speaker is talking about. If you say something like, I saw a cat in the park, this could mean you saw any kind of cat, does not matter. But if you say, I saw the cat with long black stripes and he was black and white, could be a definite cat. So this is the general rule for finding out which article to use, and it's really significant, right? You should know this rule. Let us now talk a bit about zero articles. You see, the whole article, all the rules cannot be covered in a single class. I'm just beating around the bush. I'm just giving you the general idea. You get the picture, right? So we talked a bit about the indefinite articles. We talked a bit about the definite article. Then we learned about some sound. Then we went on reading about some omission of article. Now we are on zero articles now. Now the whole point of this class is to make you familiar with the uses of articles, is to make you comfortable when you use the articles the next time. Right? You get the picture, right? Good. Let's talk about zero articles. Now it is a short paragraph. Now I'm going to demonstrate you zero articles. Zero articles are also referred as removal of articles. It is the place where we remove articles so we do not use it. Here's a short paragraph. I love playing football. Not the football. Come over Monday. Come over the Monday. No Monday. Before afternoon also we don't use articles, and we'll play football. Not something like we'll play the football. Do you know how to play the football? No, the football. Do you know how to play football? No, it's all right. We'll go to Ratna Park, not we'll go to the Ratna Park or something and play on Saturday, not on the Saturday, right? So we are cutting out all the articles. One thing you can do is you can actually write a paragraph without using any articles at all. Then you can write a paragraph using as many articles as possible. Then you'll see, there's a significant amount of difference. Surely the meaning is not changed. I'm not saying something like the meaning will be changed and your sentences will become something else. No. My point is, if you use too many articles, your paragraph would sound a bit, a bit, clumsy. And if you do not use any articles, your paragraph would be like lame. People would question, what is wrong with your paragraph if you do not use any articles. So the point is, we can sometimes remove the articles, and removing the articles is what we call zero articles. Removing the articles wherever unnecessary. Removing the articles. The point is, we are removing the articles. Like, there's no need of article before games or sports, no need of articles before days, no need of articles before places, parks and streets and falls. No use of article before days and months. So we did that. Alright, with this we have come to the end of today's class. Now I'm going to give you some homework as usual. Your homework is fill in the blanks. Now that's your homework, very easy one. You need to fill in these blanks using the words like a, an, or the. Sometimes even you can use the zero article. What that means is you can use no article. So we have four choices. What are the first four choices? The first one is a, the second one is an, the third one is the, and the last one is no articles. So these are 5 questions. Fill in the blanks. With this we have come to the end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video series, feel free to write us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.